All right. Let's see if things are going to cooperate with me today because I'm already frozen. Ha! My goodness. There we go. Let's see. Hi, y'all. Oops. See, there we go. Getting set up on live everywhere. Hey, welcome. It is Friday, March 22nd, and this is Freedom Fridays. So, as we're getting started, I want to say hello to all the replay people. Welcome. I'm so happy you're here. This is Freedom Fridays. It is a co planning session for Black women to set their next week up for success. And what we do while we're here is we celebrate our wins from this week because, girl, you need to be celebrated regularly. Then we set up our schedule in our calendar, like we actually schedule out the things that we need to do for next week. And those things should also include rest, fun, daydreaming time, whatever, all of those things, not just work, but also the fun and the life side of it. And then we start winding down for the weekend. And today happens to be a special, a different kind of live because today's my birthday. Today's my birthday. Yay! I hope you'll celebrate with me. I am turning 40 today. And so today I wanted to do this a little bit differently than what we usually do because usually we would go through and we would literally do all of those steps I just said. But today we're going to focus on celebrating because it's my birthday. And sometimes I get to do what I want. So yes. Um celebrating today. Here's the topic that I wanted to talk about with this. When we get into the midst of trying to do stuff all the time, we get so what's the word I'm looking for? We get so into just doing and doing and doing all the time that we actually never really pause to recognize and look back and see how much we've done. And a lot of times that is what makes us feel like we're behind. It makes us feel like we're not making progress. It makes us um not recognize that we are living some of the dreams that we've had years before. And so I am all about us making sure we take a pause to celebrate. Pause to celebrate. So today is a pause to celebrate. I would still love for you to set up your schedule for next week. But this week, you're going to have to go to my website, download the worksheet, and work through it on your own. And you know what? That's okay. It's going to be really great practice for you. So it's going to be the kind of practice that sets you up to start making this habit, this system, something that you can do on your own rather than just with me. But don't worry, I'm still going to be back next week. We're still going to do it next week. So if you don't have the worksheet, you're going to go to freedomfridays.com, Fridays with an S. Freedom, excuse me, not dot com, freedomfridays dot your dream strategist.com. Lord, I'm having a hard time talking today. Freedom Fridays with an S dot yourdreamstrategist.com. That is the website. Freedom Fridays dot yourdreamstrategist.com. That's where you're going to get the worksheet that's going to walk you through those three phases of what we do every Friday. You're first going to celebrate your wins and reflect on the things that you didn't accomplish this week so that you can look at the full list of what did you not accomplish this week, plus what do you need to accomplish next week? What's your objective for next week? Then you're going to schedule all of that in your calendar for just next week. Don't get crazy and try to do it forever. Because here's the thing, when we start a new routine, sometimes we think we have to do everything all at once, and you don't. This is baby steps are still major big steps, okay? So once you get that done, then you are going to um, start winding down for the weekend. And I give you 3 steps to wind down for the weekend. You are going to start closing some windows on your computer. Then you are going to decide what fun food you're going to eat. And then you're going to figure out what fun thing are you going to do today to jump off your weekend. That's exactly what we do every week here. So now that I've gone through that, I've made sure you're all set up for your weekend. You're all set up to do everything that we usually do here for Freedom Fridays, for setting up your week for success. Today is about celebration. So while you are getting a chance to get logged in and to share what you are celebrating, I'm going to go ahead and share what I'm celebrating. So today, I have a couple people that I want to celebrate because you know what? I have quite a few birthday buddies. And I just added a new birthday buddy just recently this week. I found out that one of our own that attend Freedom Fridays regularly, Mimi, today's her birthday too. So happy birthday, Mimi. I am so excited for you. I hope you have a wonderful birthday today. I also am celebrating Elena, Xylia, Dolores, and Ty. All 6 of us have birthdays today. I said, man, it's a good day to be born, huh? It's the second day of spring, the first day of Aries. Listen, it is a wonderful, wonderful day. So I am celebrating each and every one of you. How are you celebrating your birthday today? That's been the main question that I've gotten regularly this week is how am I going to celebrate my birthday? And I recognize for me that this birthday, and actually I think regularly my birthdays are the day itself is not necessarily epic. It's more like an anticlimactic day, but the year ends up being really great. So, sometimes it's the opposite where I have an anticlimactic year, but the day is really great. But this year, particularly, is a day where today is going to be a little bit more chill. And then the rest of the year, I've got a lot of great things planned. So, what am I doing for my birthday? I'm going to Detroit for my birthday to go dancing all weekend next week at an event called champions of the dance floor. There's going to be stepping, there's going to be ballroom, walking, tango. There's a couple different kinds of dances, a couple new dances I'm going to learn. Um, then I already went to LA. That was a part of my travel for this year. I was very excited to do that to visit one of my friends. And then I definitely have a straight up birthday trip going to Cozumel, Mexico. I'm going in May though. I'm not going yet because this week is spring break week. It is the most expensive week to go lay on a beach. So rather than doing that, I'm gonna wait because here's the thing. The flight that I would have spent for this week would have been about $680 for an economy flight. Because I chose to wait until May, I was able to get a first class flight for the exact same price, $680, which is way better. So yes, going to Cozumel for my birthday in May. Super excited about that. And then my sister and I are going to the Essence Festival as well. So it's all of the travel for my birthday this year. My favorite thing to do, I love to be in any place with palm trees. After going back to LA, I was like, "Oh, I don't think I recognized how much I missed palm trees." So, I'm really glad that I have that plan. Oh, wait, we got a couple people join. Hey, Meg, happy birthday. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. And you said, I'm celebrating that I just purchased your anti-superhero toolkit, trying to get my life together. Come on, girl. Congratulations. I'm so excited that you joined. And I think you joined the community too. So I'm excited. It's so excited to have you in there as well. This is gonna be a fun time. And girl, you're not getting your life together. You taking it to the next level. That's what it is. That's what it is. I'm so excited that you did that. Yes. So I'm looking forward to that. And you also said, "I'm excited, to meet up with you in Detroit next week." I know. I'm really excited about that too. We already got it planned for next Saturday. So if any of those places I was like, I just said I was going to, if you're in New Orleans, I'm going to Detroit next week. I'm actually supposed to be in Austin for work in the middle of April. If you're in any of those places, let's meet up. Have a good time. Like I'm going to be meeting up with Meg. This is going to be fun. This is going to be real fun. Okay. So yes, that's what I'm doing for my birthday as far as the year goes. Also too, like with this being a big milestone birthday, I'm definitely doing more things than I usually do. But I love birthdays. I would usually celebrate for the month no matter what. But this birthday, since I'm turning 40, I'm celebrating as much as I can for the whole year. So there's that. Oh, we got some people joining over on Instagram too. Hey, Mr. Cellophane. Hey, HD412. I'm guessing you from Pittsburgh. Hey. Um, I'm glad y'all could join today. We're celebrating not just me, but also each other. Like, listen, I think it's really, again, getting back to being the importance of pausing, or the importance of pausing to celebrate. If you don't pause to celebrate, you just get on this train of going and going, going, and you miss the reflection. And with reflection, reflection is what helps you tweak the path so that you're actually taking your life in the way that you want it to go rather than just getting on this habit of doing the next best thing, the next best thing. We got to stop doing that because sometimes it takes us exactly where we don't want to go. And that's just because we've lost the intentionality of taking the chance to pause and reflect and then adjust. So I can't stress that enough. Make sure that you take times like this. It doesn't have to be every week. We take a little pause every week to reflect on, what we've accomplished for this week and where we're going next and how we're going to build each day and the actions that we do every day to get to where we want to go. But you can do, I think the better set of, cadence for reflection is doing it monthly and then semi-annually. So the reason I say semi-annually is that, okay, for the last 6 months, you've been doing monthly reflection. That should have been keeping you on track. But sometimes you need to zoom out even further and be able to say, okay, but is this taking me to the things that I want to accomplish on my annual vision board and on my 10-year vision? And so taking that semi-annual twice a year, you're doing it during midway through the year and then you're doing it at the end of the year when you're preparing for the next year. Those are the things that help you make sure you're staying on track to your long-term vision. And if you're here, your long-term vision is to work less and live more, to have work-life balance, to have lifestyle freedom, to live a life where you work hard but you play hard without feeling guilty that you're not working hard enough or not feeling guilty that you're not living hard enough. Like there's this ability to actually create work-life balance. It's not a myth. I think that sometimes we think balance looks like being able to stand in one place and not be knocked over. But the reality with balance is that it's more like there's a current of water flowing under you and you are standing on a surfboard. And on that surfboard, if you were to try to stand completely still, you would obviously fall off because you're not flowing with the current or with the movement of the board. You can't be stiff. Instead, work life balance looks like getting on that surfboard and being able to move and flow with the currents without being thrown off the board. And that's the kind of work life balance that I love to help my clients create because that means they're able to ebb and flow with the ups and downs and in betweens of life. And that is where the freedom comes in, because you're able to still live the fullest of who you are, still live your priorities, still live by your values, regardless of all the other things, all the other chaos and things that's happening around you. You're still able to maintain that freedom, that and live that value of who you are. So I'm being a nerd right now. I'm gonna stop. I'm telling you this because this is also, I mean, I'm telling you it as if it's for you, but it's really for me. I remind myself of this all the time. Anytime where I want to, and I have to say, last year I was in a place where I was trying to stand still, and by the end of the year, I was like, "Oh, I think I'm tired of this." Like, it didn't feel like me. It didn't feel like the life that I wanted to live. And so I was like, you know what, this year, I know that I was trying to do less travel and things to try and stabilize some things in my life, but stability doesn't always mean just standing still. I think it's more about that work-life balance. So, this year I'm doing a lot more of the things that I love. I'm traveling, I'm hanging out with friends, I'm checking in on my family. Um, those are my main three things that I like to do, and just showing up fully for myself and continuing to build my business as I go. My camera is going in and out. Thanks for being patient with that. I'm sure you can still hear me, but then the camera is doing what it wants to do today. Oh, technical difficulties. So, I hope any of that makes sense for y'all. So while I've been on that whole thing, what are Meg has already told me what she's celebrating. What are you guys celebrating? Anybody else that's joined today? What are you celebrating? I said I'm celebrating, well, I'm for one celebrating my birthday. For two, I'm celebrating that today I'm going to go drive to um Matthews, and I'm going to get some of my this vegan ice cream that I've wanted for a while, but it's all the way across town. And so I really just I was being lazy. I didn't want to go get it. But today I'm finally going to go drive over there and get it. I think that's going to be my fun meal for the day, the out of the normal. Um, and then what else am I celebrating? This week has been a really busy week after coming back with my mom. So I'm celebrating that I got all the work done and that today I can actually be off without feeling the guilt. Um, and then I'm gonna be able to enjoy it. And I'm celebrating that you guys are here. I'm celebrating that you guys are taking a chance, a second to pause and celebrate what you have been accomplishing lately. So make sure you tell me that in the comments, regardless of whether you're here live. Thanks, Meg, for showing up live and telling us your wins for today. But if you're joining me for the replay, I want to celebrate your wins too. What are you celebrating? Especially because we're coming to the end of the first quarter of the year. What things have you accomplished this first quarter that we can celebrate together? Okay. So, moving on, make sure that you take some time to go ahead and do our usual rundown for setting up your schedule for next week. I'm not gonna do that today. I know that this is one of the ways I'm gonna celebrate. I am going to take a break from it today, but don't worry. I'm just not gonna do it today. I'm gonna do it tomorrow because it's still very important to me. But today on my birthday, I'm not gonna do that. So if you want to walk through that with me, make sure you check out last week's video so you can go ahead and still do that walkthrough. But then today, I'm not going to do that. So then for this last little bit of time, I want us to talk about what are we going to do to wind down? Because we're skipping the scheduling, but we're still going to take time to wind down. What are we going to do together to wind down? So soon as I get off of this, I'm going to do a couple tasks just to finish up this Freedom Fridays thing so that I have that all done. And then usually I would suggest that we close down some windows. Today, I'm actually going to turn my laptop off. It kind of feels weird to say that because I rarely turn it off. I usually just restart it, if I'm being honest. And I restart it when it gets a little angry at me, but I'm actually gonna turn it off today. So that's one thing I'm gonna do to wind down today. My next thing to wind down, like I said, getting a fun, doing something fun, eating something out of the normal. So I'm gonna drive to Matthews and I am going to get vegan ice cream. I don't know what flavor. So if you want to join me on that, make sure you head over to my Instagram and follow me because I'm gonna put that on my stories. I already went and got my free Starbucks gift this morning. I had a caramel apple spice since I don't drink coffee. So yes, that's what I'm gonna do for my fun food. And then my fun adventure tonight, so my plan originally was that I had a date and then he got sick. So we're not going on the date. Boo. I was disappointed, not gonna lie, very disappointed. But I was like, it's fine, it's gonna be okay. I'm just gonna do something else. So it took me a minute to figure out what I was gonna do. So what I'm gonna do is my god family is here in Charlotte. I'm gonna go out there and hang out with them. And then right before I got on this call, I got a text that says, "Oh, be here by 7 because we've got a date at 7:30." So I have no idea what they're surprising me to do. But I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun. So that's how I'm winding down for the week and winding down for my birthday today. What do you guys have planned? I'm looking forward to hearing about it in the comments today. But you know what? This is going to be a short one. This is gonna be a short one because you know what? I still wanna give you time. I still want you to use this hour or the rest of this hour, this next 40 minutes, to go ahead and set up your schedule. But I'm also giving you the autonomy, the faith in you for you to follow through with the worksheet on your own today so that I can have really good boundaries for myself and take and do something for me today. But I also wanted to make sure showed up for you. So, last couple words. I got a comment that came through. Let me check. Meg says, I have to shovel the snow first. Ew. Oh, no. I'm so sorry. Ew is right. Girl, I hate snow. That is exactly, people are always like, how could you go back to Pittsburgh and think that it's cold? Because I hate cold. That's why I left. I left because I hate cold. Meg, I feel you. I'm so sorry that you have to shovel snow. I'm so sorry. But then after that, I'm winding down with cookies and hot chocolate. That sounds amazing. I love it. I hope you got a good electric blanket, a nice view with the movie that you could just snuggle in. Girl, that just sounds good right now. I might have to do that tomorrow. Just get some cookies and hot chocolate. That sounds amazing. I hope that you have a wonderful evening, Meg. I'm so glad that you're going to get a chance to do that. Oh, thank you so much. I am definitely going to enjoy my birthday. It's been good checking in with you guys today. Um, yeah, so that's all we're going to do today. Make sure you take some time and go ahead to schedule your week for next week and also make sure you take some time to pause to celebrate. That is the main thing that I wanted to discuss today on this week's YouTube Freedom Fridays live is pause to celebrate. I cannot impress that upon you enough. All right, you guys, shutting down. Have a wonderful rest of your Friday, and I will see you next week. Next week, I'll be in Detroit. And I'll make sure I'll do a vlog about hanging out next week. All right, bye.